Team No Sleep. Eminem tried to sneak the fourth installment of his interview past everyone today as he interrupted it in the middle of it to drop his kill shot song. And so he put that out to the public. Then he dropped the fourth installment of his rap echelon or whatever you want to call it. Thanks, Murph to Smurf. I appreciate it. Now, the interview starts off when they start talking about Lucas, who's on the song with him with Lucky You and his rap flow, how Eminem kind of uses the BET cipher to basically, I wouldn't say stalk his prey, but to find the talent that he's going to be using or find himself attached to in the process. And this is the final installment of the interview. Thank God it's over. So we don't have to cover it anymore. No, believe me, I'm sick covering Eminem as much as you're sick of hearing me talk about him. I am very sick of covering it. Now, they did it so late, thinking that everyone would be asleep, so no one could come out and actually say anything about the interview and have a critique to it while the interview is still out. Mainly myself. Well, you're a smart man, Murph, because my recaps are way better than the interviews. Just being honest. So the entire process changed because the people that was involved in this whole project, as far as like bringing them together, Eminem wanted to get him on Shady Records and have Lucas on there. He wanted to do some. He wants to find young MCs. I came up with Weird Beard. Absolutely. I've been calling him Weird Beard ever since the song dropped. MGK never calls him Weird Beard. He just said, somebody give him some clippers. Homie's beard is weird. That's all it is. That's all he said. I've been calling him Weird Beard. I'm the only one that's been calling him and announcing him as Weird Beard. So I know where he got it from. He's associating that with MGK, but MGK never called him Weird Beard. He just said, give him some clippers. Homie's beard is weird. So when he said Weird Beard, I know he's been watching my videos. Plus, I know he's watching. Eminem is a recluse, and whether he wants to admit it or not, he is an introvert. He doesn't listen. We'll get to all that. Let's stay focused. The Lucas Project. That's where they was mostly talking about on the album how Lucas was doing on the album. Joyner Lucas was excellent on the song "Lucky You," and how it helped Eminem raise his game to another level. That was true. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, it was epic. The song, their energy, everything they worked together on the song meshed together. Mm-hmm. So it's like this. And I just want it to be clear. Once they worked together and he felt the connection, he felt like this guy's skill. So I like that about Eminem. He's able to champion real MCs. Like he'll see a real MC and be able to give him their proper etiquette. He's not that egotistical that it's got to all be centered around him and not give them that light. Now, now they go from there to focusing on the Grammys. Eminem start focusing and dumping on the Grammys. Now, here's the thing that's weird. Eminem has won Grammys. Eminem has won an Oscar. What in the world is Eminem mad at the Grammys about? What he thought should have won a Grammy that didn't. And it's like, dude, yes, what you're saying is true about the Grammys. That's been happening since the beginning of time. When Michael Jackson Bad Album didn't win Album of the Year and they gave it to U2, you knew Michael Jackson was done since then. Like he's like, I'm through with the Grammys. Since they screwed him then. 50 Cent got screwed. I mean, but they gave you a Grammy over Drake for doggone best I ever had. Y'all won for Crack the Bottle. Crack the Bottle, you, Dre, and 50. Just so 50 could get a Grammy. And Best I Ever Had was like the best song of the year. I'm not mad at Joe for saying, Joe never said the album was trash. Joe is saying the song that they had out was trash. That's what he was saying. The song that he was saying, that's what he was putting out there. He was saying, look, everybody, this is what's trash. The best I ever had, this situation, and all of that, and this and that, period. But what he was saying is that the Grammys is doing this. They want to get people to their show. Well, surprise. It's always people who, once it happens to them, then it's a travesty. Once it happens to them, now it's a problem. Now it's a tragedy. But when it's happening in their benefit, you don't hear anything about it. What are you saying? Eminem never spent any money on MGK and tried to help his career. So maybe I'm missing what you're saying. Well, then he talked about Drake and he was like, no, me and Drake, we are good. You know, that's just some MC stuff. And he trying to cover up everything. He was completely talking about Drake. He's like, oh, what I'm saying with that verse is I don't know what's real. I don't know what's fake. Drake did some things for my daughter that I could never, I would definitely, he's talking about one of his daughters, you know, the daughter he kidnapped. So that's a whole nother subject altogether. We won't go there yet. But Drake, she's the daughter he kidnapped is a big Drake fan. You see, that's the thing. Eminem is not even the biggest artist in his house. You know, his younger daughters, you know, his success was already massive. About time his daughters was the one he kidnapped was actually brought into place. Oh yeah, let's say allegedly too. Because it's not his daughters. None of Eminem blood is in that girl. That's Kim's daughter with another man. Eminem got custody of her. Taken away from Kim and the father. He's got like 3 kids he take care of. The father was fighting him in court, trying to get custody of his child. The man had a working job. He didn't have a criminal record. Why in the world were they taking his daughter away from him and giving his daughter to Eminem? It does not make any sense in this world. But Eminem had the lawyers, Eminem had the judges, he had the court system on his side, and he was able to steal this man's daughter. We cannot make this up. I know, and I've been calling him Weird Beard ever since then. And I'm the only person that's been calling him Weird Beard. Have anybody you ever heard call him Weird Beard? No. MGK did not call him Weird Beard. He just said dude's beard is weird. I've been calling him Weird Beard, and he knows it. He's been watching my videos, and when he made that song, he was like, Weird Beard. He's letting me know he's the one that's been sabotaging my videos. When the audio is going out, all the other craziness you were hearing in the video, it was him. His team. Yeah, Antonio Gray, ladies and gentlemen, he has a listening problem. He cannot listen very well. This is the second time we're having to address a situation where Mr. Antoine Gray could not listen properly. Now, what did I say? You should actually take the video back and listen to what I said. Because I just clearly explained it. So after explaining how he's a big fan of Drake and this and that, he comes up with some lie to try to cover up the fact of why he dissed Drake. Like, oh, I'm just saying, I would never have a ghostwriter, ever. If I would do that, I would just stop rapping. But why would you even? What was your point of bringing it up? Your point of bringing it up was to try to show, and you wanted to allude to Drake by throwing views in there over and over, views, 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 so they can align it all to Drake. So you could sit there and deny it, like I wasn't really talking about him. I was just speaking in general. But I'm just trying to say I don't ghostwrite. So that people be like, well, he can't be compared to Eminem because Eminem ghostwrite. So you're dissing a ghostwriter, Eminem. Why would you diss ghostwriters when you were ghostwriting for Dr. Dre, who had a ghostwriter when he was in NWA, who had a ghostwriter when he was with Death Row? The guy that's producing your records, you ghostwritten for. Yeah, MC Ren, he had a lot of ghostwriters. Drake's an easy target. He was on Degrassi. So people look at Drake and think, oh, he's soft. It's easy to say anything we want to Drake, he'll just take it. He's the easy target. You know, won't nobody say that to Gucci Man. If it was Gucci Man, if Gucci Man had a ghostwriter, do you think Eminem be talking about Gucci Man or alluding to Gucci Man? No, he wouldn't. He'll be very careful with how he did with Mr. Gucci Man. They'll be careful with how they said things to Mr. Gucci Man. Why? Because there's a chance that you could be shot. I'm just saying, it's a chance. And here's the thing: it's not a ghostwriter if the person's being paid and credited for their work. They're not a ghostwriter. They're accredited. They're an assistant writer. There's no ghost in it. Ghostwriter means you don't even know what's going on. There's rappers stealing songs from people who they're not even paying money. They're just stealing them. That's what's going on. They stealing whole songs and concepts from these artists coming up. So that's what I'm saying. Eminem can't sit there and diss ghostwriting when he's sitting up there ghostwriting for people. If you were so against ghostwriting, you should tell Dre, hey man, you gotta write your own stuff. I ain't with that. Run DMC wrote the rhymes. Run didn't write any raps. All the songs from Run DMC that you love, that came from the pen of DMC. Didn't come from Run. So what you gonna say? Run DMC's not hip hop? Run can't be, they can't be in the Kings of Rock. The first rap song ever made was Ghost, written by Grandmaster Cash. He wrote everybody's verse. So what? Everybody in the song suck now? The whole song is trash? Foxy Brown never wrote a rap in her life. Why would DMC write better stuff for Run than for himself? Run really didn't have the best rhymes. I don't know where you get that from. DMC always had the best rhymes, but Run was the energy of the group. DMC was nonsense. Run, he wrote for Run's ego. Run had an ego. Run was the flamboyant one. He was the out the going. He was Run. So you had to write for Run's ego. D wrote for him. So you could tell when D is writing for D and when he's writing for Run. That's just how you do it. He gonna give Run a rhyme that's meant for DMC for himself. Right, like Puffy. You think Puff write rhymes? He write checks. And he didn't even write that line. Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. Well, yeah, we'll get to that. So after he starts kissing up to Drake, he finally gets to D12. He gets to the D12 situation. He goes 4 parts of the interview, and at the very end, he goes to Stepping Stone, which is the best song on the album, right? So Eminem starts talking about like how he hasn't had contact. He hasn't really, they all got wind that the song was coming, but he hadn't had a conversation with Swifty and Kaniva. Why? I haven't really gotten around to talking to those two. But why? Well, I always will show love to them and I want to help their individual projects. When have you tweeted them in their individual projects? When have you sent the shout out to them? Kaniva was just basically in the hospital fighting for his life. When you gonna say, man, I'm glad for my brother because we friends, no matter this rap thing, that's my brother, been knowing him their whole life, talking about Kaniva. When you gonna send blessings out to him and his family on a public stage? If you talking about doing something for their career, you could have been doing that for their career right there in that interview. Instead, you bringing up people that's not even signing you. You're doing more for their careers than you're doing for the people that you saying you love. This is the same thing that Joe Budden was talking about. He was like, isn't it weird? Isn't it weird that he's saying my name more now than he ever did when I was working with him? You don't find that to be weird? Which is true. You don't find that to be a weird situation? And that's true. Look at the situation. He's talking about all these other people who he just met or inspired by, and he's not mentioning his brothers or trying to help them out in this climate. And he's saying, but doing another D12 album in this climate. And this is exactly what I said. I said all of these things about Eminem, why he lives in Detroit. Remember, I told you Eminem lives there because paparazzi is not going to follow Eminem there. That's why he moved from Cali back to Detroit. He don't want to live in California. He don't like paparazzi all in his face. He can't deal with it. He told you exactly that in the interview. To confirm once again, I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to Eminem. So once again, my prediction video will be coming very soon. I'm debating on should I do it live or should I do it. I was supposed to do the video and it all got derailed with the Eminem situation. That kind of like absorbed the day. So we couldn't really it pushed everything back because that would have been this would have been like the last video I did. I had the Canelo Triple G prediction video and all that coming. This knocked everything back because MGK responded, and then I had to just cover everything on one video because I couldn't really get into it the way everybody else is going on. So I said, all right, I'll wait, get when I get in fight mode, so yeah, that was it, man. I mean, as far as the interview, I'm just glad it's over. That's my main thing. I am very glad that it's over. And I know somebody's gonna be like, "What do you mean by that? You glad it's over?" I'm glad it's over because it's too much. It's like the Nikki situation. I'm glad the Nikki situation is over. You guys just don't have any clue of like any idea that like I don't like talking about Nicki Minaj. I really don't. You guys think I do. I can't stand it. It's too much. I'm just like, please don't do nothing stupid so that I have to bring it back up. I don't want to talk about her. Do I sleep? I'm gonna have a lot of time to sleep when I'm no longer here, brother. You know, I did an entire almost 2 hour video on kill shot. We're trying not to go down the kill shot barrier. So for you guys who didn't get a chance to put your email and sign up for the cryptocurrency, it's free. So you guys missed that opportunity. There's the link. Yes, my link is full. So you got to get in with everybody else. There's a link. You guys can get in. I did discuss part 4 interview. I did the D12. I did Drake. I did the Grammys. I did Jordan Lucas. That was all 4 parts of part 4. Are you serious? We just discussed the interview. You we just did part 4. I was like, are you serious? Why is Cricket the only one refuting Joe Budden's claims? One, because Joell Ortiz don't do this. He don't do it. Oh, there's the link again. I'll send it to you in case you guys didn't see it. The majority of you guys are already in there, but for the people who missed it, that's your opportunity to get in. Joell Ortiz, he's a rapper. Royce is not going to get into this at all. Royce is on the outs because he's cool with Joe and he don't want to have anything. You know, he's a brother to Eminem, so he's definitely out of it. And for the sake of Royce and his relationship with Royce, Joe's gonna not say anything else about it. Will Puffy respond to Eminem? Absolutely not. If anybody's waiting for Puffy to say something, they shouldn't be. But when Eminem did somebody like that, the FBI start kicking in doors. Well, let's start talking about the money. You start talking about Jimmy Iovine, like something Jay Electronica brought up, the payola that's been going So that's what was really, like what's really going on. This what he was really alluding when he made the statement, and that's what was going to wake and crack the masses because now he's bringing up a real situation. And when you start mentioning me at the FBI about being killed, that incident had nothing to do with Puffy, had nothing to do no nobody from New York coming to LA to put out a hit. All that stuff was lies, complete lies. So let me just get that straight for the people that don't know. And Eminem was wrong for saying that. That hey, this dude is he's saying some things he shouldn't be saying, and the Outlaws was like, we're gonna see him over those bars. He gonna have to see us. So it did else put on that was a complete lie with no evidence. So now that you put it out there, you're looking at a situation now where Puffy's life could be in danger. Now somehow it's all in your rhyme. You mentioned it like three different. We understand what you're talking about. We know what you're doing. We know what's going on. We know what they're trying to say. We know what you're trying to do behind the scenes. So we get it. We know what you're trying to do. Okay, now you got everybody looking at Puff and want to bring that back up once everything was dying down because it was all lies anyway. You got to look at, oh, okay, here we go again. Here it is again. When will they stop? Jonah Lucas, no. Man, you guys got to understand something. This stuff is it's a lot bigger than what you think. Puff wasn't asking for this. Puff didn't care about no Eminem and doing all this, and he was just like, "Do what you do." You know, Eminem you dissed him on the record, Em. So don't talk about Puffy. Yeah, you got the okay from Puffy. No, you dissed him on the record. Once you could have ignored this man and nothing would have come to it. Once you mentioned his names man, and put his name in the rap, now you getting whooped on. Now you want to blame Puffy for it? Yes, Mr. Braxton, that's what's got to happen. So when he wakes up or sees his email or whatever, he will get you in. But that's the main problem. Puffy ain't got to respond. He's too big to respond to that. You know, Puffy bigger than Eminem. A lot of you guys don't know Puffy's bigger than him. Puffy is bigger than him in the business world. Eminem is not business oriented like that. He can't even run shady records. Fine. Out of everything in there, I'm just like, ooh, that was bad. You shouldn't have said that. Because now, even though you're playing, a lot of people ain't gonna listen to the end and see that you saying, "Oh, well, he said he was just playing," but you don't play like that. You know, Puff hang out with very serious individuals too. You just like that. What he was doing. Now, next thing you know, FBI start knocking on doors. Now he gonna want Puff. Yeah, you want the FBI off your back? Better get MG. Better get MGK. Tell him to leave me alone. Man, Puff is way beyond that. Puff can crush him like a grape. You know that. Come on. A lot of people said that to me. They were like, "Man, look, are they gonna?" I can't listen. I mean, I'm gonna root for Tottenham because I cannot stand Sissy Boo. Tottenham that fell off though, man. They were great about a year ago. The Spurs, they were great. Well, it threw a lot of people off. The situation started to change the narratives. So when the narratives start changing, a lot of the situations start changing. I was right about Clay, huh? When am I not right? I'm trying to find out when am I not right about something. I'm like, man, when am I not right? Yep, I already made my video. When you get the EP, everybody's gonna make they finna make their money now off Eminem. The EP is coming. Well, the internet exploded with all that stuff. Thanks for answering that for me, Quentin. Why? Why would I be doing that? Stephon Marbury went off on Stephen A. Smith. No, I didn't. I didn't see that. Stephon Marbury. I don't know what he's on right now, but he's not somebody who's in a position where he can start taking shots at people. Stephon Marbury is a guy I beat in basketball at will. I was a better basketball player than him at will. But to his credit, he was 17 years old. He was 17. And he could jump. He could leap. He could dunk. And he was trying to dunk on a 7-footer. We was balling with all the high school All-Americans. With Felipe Lopez, who was that? Yahardy White. It was a lot. Lorenzen Wright was there. But Stephon Marbury couldn't shoot. Nah, I'm not bugging, dog. I gave it to him. 1994, I gave it to him. You don't want to see me, dog. You've never seen me on the court. In 1994, you had no prayer. There's nothing you could do. I would destroy anybody out there because I could shoot. All this stuff you see in Steph and Clay doing, that was me. I wasn't driving to the lane. I didn't have to. I'm like, why would I do that? This is a layup for me. 3, swish. 3, swish. 3, swish. 3, swish. That used to be where I used to shoot from. Mid court because the lines were so close. I used to just pull up from right there. They was like, man, dog, you just pulling right up from there? Yes. Pulling up from here. Take it. Swish. And at that point, I had only been playing basketball for like maybe, 4 or 5 years at that point, and I had already mastered the game 4 or 5 years in. Because I didn't play basketball until I was out of grammar school. I played one time in 8th grade, and that was terrible. That we got beat by a bunch of girls. And ever since then, I went to Michigan. The same cousins I tell you about in Michigan, the ones that know Draymond and everybody else, yeah, the same cousins. I played with them. And they're known, the 3 brothers. They know my cousins, they ran Michigan. They ran the courts. They were like, if you gonna be out here, you gotta learn how to play. Because we got a name, we got a reputation. We don't lose. I'm like, man, no, I don't play basketball. Well, you gonna play today. So they started to teach me how to play. And so the game was coming right away. They were like, we're gonna teach you some more later, but look, I'm gonna come down the lane, I'm gonna draw a double team. I don't know. I'm like, what's a double team? 2 teams gonna play against you at one time? They're like, no. Click the link in the description box, Solo, and then you'll be able to donate. You can leave a message and emails, all that stuff there. Next thing you know, I would just be in the corner. And that was the only shot we practiced on. He's like, look, just right here, you're going to be wide open. So when the ball, I'm going to throw you the ball. You just make sure you catch it and you practice this shot. It was the shot from the corner. My first shot I ever practiced. And we just kept doing that same play. He kept coming down the lane, whipping the ball. I catch it, pull, shoot. He was like, that's what you do every time. You run to that corner. You don't have to worry about dribbling. You don't have to worry about doing anything else. And defense came natural. Defense came naturally. I could defend. He was like, man, you got quick feet. And I'm like, dude, I play football. So for me, I played football. I was like wide receiver. I could quarterback. I could play anything. I could catch anything. I had hands like Randy Moss or Jerry Rice. I didn't catch anything with football. Now that was easy. So using that to basketball, it gave me awareness on the basketball court. I got a lot of steals because it was just like football, playing cornerback. I played the cornerback position. I would let the person with the ball believe that that person was open. And when they try to get them the ball, I close. Same thing I did on the football court, on the football field, rather. Bro, I gave Steph the business. I gave Steph the business. Hey, he could tell you any pretty story and come to his head. Tell him when he came to Chicago in the year of, was it 94? 1994. 1994, Chicago, Illinois. He came in with the All-Americans. And there was one guy that was in the gym that was allowed to stay there and play with the high school All-Americans. And that was me. Me and my boy, we were right there. They was like, no, they could stay. And we were there with the high school All-Americans because they was going to get the whole gym. And they said, no, they could stay. It's just two of them. They could stay. So we stayed there. We was involved in the arguments, everything. They were putting on dunk shows. And Steph, to his credit, dude, at 17, he could jump. He could leap. He was dunking on people. He was an attack the rim kind of guy. His jump shot wasn't there yet. Now, he was quick as all could be. He had a cross. He tried to drive you and go to the hole and try to jump over you and all that stuff. That was his game. Steph was an attack the rim, playground, blacktop type player. His jump shot was high and arcing. It was kind of off. It wasn't really solid. Me, bruh. Bruh. Soon as I got the ball, yeah, well, he saw my range and was like, oh, man, how old are you, man? Shoot, you can shoot. I'm like, yeah. It was like, shooter, swish. I'm like, dude, I'm out here. I'm like, dude, I'm out here all the time on this court. There's nothing you can do to me. I practice hours on hours and hours of time. Do you understand? I can shoot with one hand and the ball going in. It was no problem. I was pulling up because that was a layup for me. They all waiting by the 3-point line while I'm going there. I'm just pull up from it straight away. I'm like, you gonna give me this? I had a quick release. That's what I'll tell you. The stuff Steph's doing now, shooting the way he was shooting, I was doing the same type of things, just not on the scale he was. And I didn't have his handles. I didn't have Steph like handles. You know, I have enough where you ain't gonna get the ball from me. I have a very quick first step, so I could blow past you with my first step because I had a very quick first step, and then I would just pull up, just net everything, dude. No, I was a beast. I can't even lie to you. I can't even downgrade myself. I had a friend one time, he thought because years went by, he gonna try to recreate history and lie and said he beat me a whole bunch of times. Yeah, we were like 50-50. Dude, I beat you 30-something times in a row. It was a streak. You walked home, man. You could have gotten in the car and rode home. You had your ball. You had the thing over your head. You were mad. You walked home. That was like a 45-minute walk because you ain't want to ride home because you just got mad you lost. I couldn't believe that. And I'm like, man, all these years go by, you come in here and you going to sit there and lie to these people like this, and I'm supposed to back you on this lie? Man, we played, man. He won some games and I won some games. So like, won some games, dude. It's like if we doing the count, it's like 45-2. Do we want to keep count really? I won some games and you won some games. Like it's close. I'm like, dog, it was 45-2. 45-2. I beat you like 30-something times in a row. You could not beat me. The one time you did beat me is because I was just didn't care. I had won so many in a row. I'm just like, this is whatever. You came back and won. So the next time I made sure it wasn't even close. Just so you would know that this false, like it was not going to be a consistent thing. You had to go. Oh yeah, for you guys who didn't get a chance, that's the link. So just put your email in there. You'll be already into the cryptocurrency. You'll have your chance to get it. and you guys can get in. It's only invites only. My invites are full. So Lex has some people available on his. So I can give you his because he signed up with me. So I can get y'all in through Lex. So I keep forgetting. He gave me his link so that you guys can have an opportunity to get signed up. Eminem lost. A lot of people are saying that over and over. You know what? Listening to the songs again, like I listen, time go by. If I'm listening to the songs again and again, there's Rap Devil is just so vicious. I really can't see. It's hard to say that song lost. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard. I think Eminem fell from the beat. The production level failed him. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get prepared for bed. I'm gonna do some my prediction videos, and we're gonna go from there.